Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let her rip.
Okay, well, do you know what we're going to do today?
No, I don't have a clue.
Well,
I bet I do. It's autumn. I bet you're going to do a fall picture.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do a fall.
No.
No, I'm not.
Well, there you go.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to. I bet you can't wait.
No, of course I can't. I'm going to have to.
We're going to paint with a white paper.
Well, what color do you normally paint with?
Well, I know, but we don't. You know what happens with watercolorists? And I have this with my students all the time. Oh, I overworked it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I did too. So we're really going to hold back this time. This
All right.
one is going to be this. It's going to be the good old Peggy's Cove Lighthouse.
Oh!
Oh, I know. Anyway, that's white, and I'm going to do white rocks. There's going to be a strong sky in this. So I'm going to use something that I rarely use is masking, the misket, I guess it's called.
Yeah, I don't use this stuff.
Masking fluid. And the reason why I'm going to use it is because I want to make a very strong sky.
Okay, all right.
And so I have to do it, Ivan. Are you okay with that?
All right.
Do I have your permission?
Yes.
I'm going to. All right. So I'm also going to do a little drawing of the lighthouse, which is going to be in this dominant third of my paper.
All right.
So I'm going to just stick this in here.
Probably the most painted lighthouse in Canada.
I bet it is.
You're doing it from memory.
Oh, can
Wow.
You? Yeah, but you can too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is, so this goes up like this, like that, and then it goes up like that. And I'm just putting it in very, very lightly.
Yeah.
And then there's the little red hat on it with a little,
Yeah.
like so, and then it does that.
Do you know that I got in that lighthouse this year?
You did.
You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that, Ivan. Why did you get in the LA lighthouse?
My dream was to get up to the top of that lighthouse.
Really?
Yes, and I never got it until...
I mean, your dream? I mean, you're not a dream that you slept at night. I mean, it was one of those kind of like
one of my... I want to be in the lighthouse.
All right.
And I was in it when they had it as a post office, but that was only on the main floor. Right?
Yes.
So
you mean you really went up to the...
Oh, yes, I'm on the internet.
Oh.
There's a video.
Wow.
Anna from CTV called me. I can't remember her last name. I always forget. I can't awful remembrance.
Yes.
Anyway, she called, told me who she was, and she said, "Do you know how to get in the lighthouse?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, do you know who has the key?" And I said, "Well, I think." Because, you know, the hassle over the lighthouse, right?
Yeah.
Government didn't want to use it anymore. And so they were going to give it to the province. And it was in limbo who owned it. So Painters Union painted it twice. And I said, well, I know the Painters Union painted it, so I'll call them. You keep painting.
Okay.
I'll interrupt.
I'm just, all right, what I'm going to do right now is I'm not going to draw these little seagulls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put
Oh, you got your rigger.
I got my little rigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I got so fascinated with what you were saying, Ivan.
Well, we'll continue on.
Okay, just continue.
It keeps you in mystery. Oh, that's what you're doing. You're painting seagulls. Oh, yes, because you're putting in the strong sky. Well, now I understand.
Oh, I'm so glad you do. You know, I was worried.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Exactly. Okay, so we've done that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, though, while that's drying, I don't usually use the hairdryer on it because it cooks it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the lighthouse.
All right. Well, the White House is white.
Yes, it is, but I'm going to paint. It does have some red onto it.
I know.
Okay. All right. Yes. So, yes, carry on.
Okay, so I said, well, why me? Well, somebody told me about you. CTV did two videos of both me and Peggy.
All right.
Maria was one of them. But anyway, I never dealt with Anna.
Light's coming from this direction. I hate to interrupt.
No, that's you. That's perfectly.
I think I'm supposed to do that, aren't I?
Yes, you are. I'd be upset if you didn't.
All right. So here we go, like this.
This is the red on the lighthouse.
Yes, it is, and I love this red.
Yes. So she said, "I want you to do an interview with me." Oh, I think yes. You mean I'm going in the lighthouse? Yes, if you can get permission. Well, I got on the old dinger, and they told me the guy that was in charge, I got all the names written down, but I can't remember them now. he wasn't there, but he would call me, and he did. And
I've got to put some shading in. And I'd have to tell these folks that I
Yes,
have.
you tell them.
Thank you very much.
What are you using for?
I'm going to use cobalt blue.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of cobalt blue. I'm just going to neutralize it slightly with a tiny bit of raw sienna.
What does neutralize mean?
Well, it means that it's not going to be like a strong blue.
Okay, all right.
And by putting the tertiary color in it, it just kind of tones it down a bit.
Right.
Now, the light is going to come from right to left.
So it's going to be darker on the left.
That's right. So I put my first stroke down where the least light is.
Yeah.
I just kind of do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that in there like that.
Yeah.
Like this. And that's going to be underneath here and underneath here.
This is one of the prettiest lighthouses.
Oh, it really is. It's lovely.
So anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
They called me and I told them what I wanted. He said, well, I have a key, but I don't have permission to give it. Oh. But I know who does. I'll get back to you. Or I'll get them to call you. So they called and asked why we wanted to get in the lighthouse.
Okay.
They're a little leery because there's been a lot of negativity and controversy over the lighthouse.
This is going to be just darker underneath here. And while that's wet, I'm going to put that underneath there because it's just a little bit darker there.
All right.
And then I'm going to tone that.
Yes, because that's rounded, folks.
Yes,
you don't know.
Yeah, that is.
It flares out.
Yeah, it does. And I'm going to. There's little windows in here.
Yes, 3 of them.
There is. And I'm just going to throw those in there just like that. So that goes like that. Oh yes, and then this has this little gizmo underneath here.
The shadow.
Just the shadows, yeah. Now, also what's going to happen is because the light is coming this way, this lighthouse roof, or top, if you like, is going to be darker on the left than it is on the right.
What is it? 8-sided, isn't it? This lighthouse?
6.
Is it 6?
This is 6-sided, yes.
Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing my mind.
No. No.
I could say, well, I was just checking on you.
You know, contrary to common belief here.
That's
fine. No, so what I've done is I've taken, I'm using permanent red for my red.
Okay.
And sometimes I use cadmium, but I like this red because it's a little more transparent.
Now, when I do the lighthouse, I do it a deep fire engine red.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fire engine red. Okay. Is this not fire engine red?
No, that's weaker.
Okay.
See that G on your cup behind you? Or is that a G on your cup?
No, it's C for consciousness.
There, that's more like it.
All right, so now that's really strong there.
Yeah.
Now the next one is going to be up a little bit. I'm just going to add a little more to this, a little stronger.
Yeah.
Not much.
That's better.
Coming around
that's
coming around the corner. There we are.
Because you got the light on the one side.
Yeah, it does. Okay, finish your story.
All right.
Please.
If I can remember where I was. Let's see. So anyway, like I say, there was some negativity and they didn't want any bad publicity on the lighthouse. I said, no, this is all good.
This is the inside of the light. You can see inside there.
Yes.
So what's the color of the light?
Wow, now it's red.
Oh, is it?
It was white.
And then
it was green.
I
green. I love the green one.
I'm going to do it green.
Green, yes, I agree.
And it's going to be Meridian.
It's a beautiful green. Yes, that's it. You got it.
All right. I'm going to do that. I don't care.
No.
So I'm going to put that in there just like that.
And then they changed it to red because that's supposed to be the official color for lighthouses. So it took them 3 steps to get it right. Well, I think the green was the best, and they should have left it. Because
well, I do too.
Everybody knew it as a green light.
Well, there you have it. All right.
So.
Okie dokie. So now what I'm going to do next...
Aren't you going to put those
little
sashes in where the windows fit? You know, there's little... Because there's all those 6 windows, and they got little window sashes to hold the windows in. Those little red pieces that go down.
I've never noticed little red pieces.
Well, the window sashes. You got all those windows, right?
Oh dear, let's not confuse folks.
Those, they're red.
Where? Where's red?
Those down pieces that you're putting in there, they should be red.
Oh, well, are they? Oh, I know this. No, that's white. Okay, yes. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are red.
Okay. Gosh, I learned something this morning.
We can't.
Now I know this is white, but I'm not going to do it white.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do for
What's
now?
white?
the railing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Now, what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do. You probably can't see this, folks, but I've actually drawn just some rocks just in there. Actually, they go out further, but I don't want it to go further. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wet all around here, and then I'm going to do a very, very strong blue.
Ooh,
I know it's going to be like,
gumdrops.
oh, it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to wet my paper. Here I go.
All right.
It's going to be all wet. Yeah. Okay, finish your story, Ivan.
Oh, we might get through by the time
You think?
it's done. If not, we'll do it next time.
All right.
We'll continue. That way they'll keep their curiosity.
Is that going to happen?
We'll keep their attention.
All right.
So
yes, carry on.
anyway, well, she said, okay, let me see what I can do. And I think it was nearly 2 weeks went by, and I thought, they're not going to let us in. And she called on a Monday, and she said, yes, you have permission to go. Woohoo! Woody.
Oh, yippee.
She said, but, we got to sign an agreement. I said, oh, we don't know, we have no problem. So we came there in the morning, and we set a time, and we met. And they let us in, and we went up through the lighthouse and videoed the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
I was so happy.
Is the video on? Can people see it?
I can show it to you later.
Okay, tell people what to look
Well, I
for.
got to look it up. But if you go to, you just Google.
Of course you do. That's what all this. That's like
Yes.
you get up in the morning and what do? You
Google.
Google.
You
go
just
up in the morning, don't you?
just type in inside Peggy's Cove Lighthouse. If
Done.
you do that, it'll bring up and then click on videos when you put the search in. Just click, and up it pops.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do, something else I rarely do. I'm going to actually use a little cool blue. I've got a little cobalt going here, a little bit of ultramarine. See, nice dark.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice?
This must be
yeah.
This must be a fall scene
Do you
because folks.
Actually, it's going to be almost like a snowy scene, but really, see that thick stuff there?
Folks, Nova Scotia has the most blue skies in the fall.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
They're rich, deep blue, and
now look what I'm doing.
oh, look at the seagulls flying.
See this? See what's happening here?
Yeah.
So I'm doing it, and I'm not going to get a hard edge here because I've got the paper's nice and wet.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It is, isn't it? I like
Remember,
to live
danger
dangerously.
is my business. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I do. See how not?
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Now I'm going to go get some
more. Look at the lighthouse
more.
singing.
It is. Now I'm going to go right in here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be so nice.
So everybody, you know what I do? When I first started writing books, Kathy said, she's my cousin who edited my book. She wants to do the movie.
Yeah.
She said, oh, Ivan, you can't write like you do. You tell everybody what happens, and then you go back and explain it. We already know. You got to keep us in suspense.
Okay.
So I learned. I'm sometimes a good listener.
Well, this morning, I hope people are getting this. Look, okay, so we've got the this is 3 blues.
Yes.
There's cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of cool blue, which is my
What's
Prussian.
cool? Prussian.
Yeah,
Name
Prussian.
it. Yeah, because they don't know what cool.
So that's right. Now this is quite dark on this side, so I'm going to darken this.
Yes, because it wouldn't.
It's going to, and then I'm just going to pull that through like that. And I don't want to go too much now because it's going to dry on me. I'm going to take a small one here, and then I'm going to go inside there.
Oh yes, you got to have the light shining. Yeah, that's okay.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, now that's just kind of part of it. Now we'll let that dry. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take these same colors here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of a
H2O.
a little.
That must be.
That's the water.
The Atlantic Ocean.
The Atlantic Ocean. I've just got that low. Take my brush because I'm not going to be about that. It's not. I'm not.
How come there's it's a?
Pardon, Ivan. What are you trying to say to me?
Well, I'm upside down here.
Oh, of course you are.
I stand on my head, folks.
All right.
Well, it looks like your water is not even across the horizon.
Of course it isn't.
Why?
I don't
Big
want it
wave?
Yes, probably a
Oh.
wave. Anyway, so
Watch
we'll
out
just
for
put
the
that
waves, folks. Stay
All
off
right.
those
Yeah,
rocks.
stay off the rocks. Now, here it is. You see, we've got white, very, very strong, intense white going on here.
Right.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the rocks white. So, as I say, would say.
Well, they have to have some shading.
Well, oh yeah. But I'm going to. Oh, of course they do. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make some
All right.
some breaks in it.
Yes.
Whatever. So it's a little bit. We've had a couple of rock ones lessons, haven't we?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go now. Same colors. I'm not going to change the colors.
Same colors?
Pretty much.
No brown?
No brown.
Wow.
A little bit of burnt sienna. But it's going to be mostly, I just wanted to keep these tones pretty much the same. To see, you don't need much to do a lot, you know, Ivan. No, you don't. Now here,
This must be the cracks in the shadows.
it is. I'm going to do this.
Ooh.
And I only work in area as long as I can keep it wet. Take my brush, clean it off.
Oh, yeah,
And
you're
now I'm
right.
starting to go to soften these edges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
it is. Lots of fun, especially when I watch.
But what I guess the point of this one is that you can use
Whoa,
whites.
did you see that?
What?
Big drop of water went somewhere. How
Oh
did-
yeah, we've got a sunspot in the sky.
I told you were working dangerous with that water up there.
I am. I find those that you can work with those though. You see what's happening though?
Yes.
This might be a really good lesson. I have a lot of people say, please show me how to do rocks.
Oh, I know.
And they're,
What about that sunspot? You gonna leave that?
yeah, you can't really touch them.
I know. I just was
So
curious.
I just let a sunspot. It's just,
Okay.
I work with it. I don't fight them.
You're a dangerous woman.
I am.
With that brush, flopping that thing in
Oh,
the
I
middle of the
know,
water.
I know, I do. And sometimes I like to make a problem and then I have to
What?
solve it. I have a lot of those.
Did you know, and most people don't know this,
Oh, tell me.
but down, you know where your gulls, well, right there where your brush is, right on the, around the bend here. Let
Yeah.
me show you right here. Where's your rigger?
Okay.
Folks, for you who don't know, right about here, it's about 75, maybe 100 feet, keep painting,
Okay.
from the lighthouse. When you walk down over, there's a drop off and there's a humongous rock. It's as big as this living room, your studio here, or bigger. It's bigger than this.
No
This is
kidding.
what's this, 20 feet long or more?
Oh,
And about
no. I
it's,
wouldn't-
but it's, anyway, it's big. And you can see where that broke off from the cliff. And in a storm, it moved that humongous rock.
No kidding.
It was never like that. And I went down after
When
a
did
storm.
that happen?
Oh, I think it was one or something like that.
Oh, really?
I must take you down there and show you.
Yes, you must.
Because you can see this rock just sitting there. And it's, probably 10 or 12 feet high. And it's big. And you wouldn't believe, but if you look, you can see how it would fit right in the cliff like a jigsaw puzzle. And I show people that because most people don't know that it was moved from its original location.
Now,
There we're going.
These rocks have cracks in them. They have grasses in them and so on as well. But what I want, the point, I guess I want to make a point here is that you don't need much to do a lot really.
Right.
And I like to leave whites. When you have these cracks, sometimes they do this sort of thing.
Yeah,
And then it might do this because it's going.
yeah. I tell people, don't worry about the black rocks, stay off the wet rocks.
That's very true. It's a wonderful place, though.
Okay.
I'm going to do another painting as well today.
Oh, are you?
Yes, I
We're going
am.
to get 2 for 1.
You do today. You know what
Ooh.
I'm going to show people? The couple of things I wanted to show And I'm going to do a daisy, like 1 or 2 daisies, because they're white.
Yes.
And how I work with the shading, and how I work with the context that the daisies are in.
All right.
The foliage. All right, now what I want to do here is, just because this is the strongest part, it's more about this lighthouse. I'm just going to darken in here just a little bit more. I like working with these blues.
I see.
Lovely colors. Pull another one out there.
I wonder how many paintings were ever done of the lighthouse.
A few. And I've gone in books, like some of my books, like Ted Gorshner was an oil painter. And he's no longer with us. His wife is a painter as well. She's a watercolorist, although she does more acrylics now. Marilyn Simando. And his book was quite old, and he's got probably the most painted place, really.
Pretty well every painting I ever did of the lighthouse sold.
Really?
I have a big one that didn't. It's 24 by 30 oil. It's one of my favorites. Nobody. Oh, look at that! Nobody ever bought it.
They may now that you mentioned it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, really. I think painting and buying paintings and having original art in your house is an essential service. I think it's up there with police and
with what?
firemen.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Art is definitely essential service. Yeah. yeah. Don't you think?
Definitely. Oh. I won't disagree with you there.
Yeah, really. Okay, see, there you have that.
That's right.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yes. I think you should...
What do you think I should?
Feather that, more of those where you just worked before.
What do you want me to feather, Evan? Tell me.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Here?
Yeah, I want that feather there, because that nice round rock there.
Right.
So now you're putting in the water.
I'm just going to do a little bit of...
Do you know where Halibut Rock is?
No. Oh, no.
You don't know that?
No.
What?
I know, contrary to common belief, I don't know
What
anything.
am I going to do with you?
I don't know.
Halibut Rock is just off a few hundred feet from the lighthouse where the waves break all the time.
Ah.
Do you ever notice that?
Well, sometimes I do.
There was one spot
I spent some time down there.
Just south of the lighthouse, a few hundred feet over this, waves break. That's Halibut Rock. It just lays below the surface.
Anyway, there is that one.
All right.
Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do this little...
Are you going to sign that?
Yes, I will. I will definitely sign that, Ivan. I'm just going to do, what I'm going to do is a small one of daisies so people can see. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil, because Ivan told me I could.
Who's the boss here?
There it is.
All right.
Okie dokie.
That's it.
Okie
That's
dokie.
painting number one.
Painting number one. So what do we do with that?
Take it away.
Okay.
If you're going to do another one.
I am.
Why'd you have 2 pieces of paper under there?
I don't know why I did that, but I just felt like it. Okay, so when I'm doing white in
Here,
watercolor...
I'm going to put that where you want it, right there.
Is that good?
That's good.
All right. I have to do it this way, sorry.
All right, that's okay.
So I'm going to do just a few daisies here, but what I do is I generally, I draw things that I'm going to do in white. I don't always draw everything. In fact, I don't do very much drawing. But this one I'm going to do, because I want to save my whites.
How many leaves are on a daisy?
These are the petals.
How many petals on a daisy?
I don't know. Have you counted them?
No. I just know she loves me or she doesn't.
And what happens? Oh, should we even ask that? Now I'm going to have this one. This is going to go facing away.
How many times have you done that? She loves me, she loves me.
Oh,
You would say he, wouldn't you?
That's right, I would.
I think.
Yeah. Yes, Ivan, I would. Okay, so we've got that one going there.
And then what do you do after she loves you? What do you do with the rest of it?
I don't know. What do you do?
You've never done that?
No. Gosh,
Oh, you pull the leaves,
no.
the petals off, and when she loves you, then you take the yellow part and you squeeze all those little
Oh,
itsy
poor little
bitsy
thing.
things. You squeeze them out, and in your hand, and then you do this. You throw them up in the air, and you turn your hand upside down, so that on the top of your hand's up, and all of those that land on the hand is how many kids you're going to have.
Oh.
You've never done that?
Well, I just hope I do it in a windy day, that's all. All right, that's really, really good. All right, now what I'm going to do here, what you saw how I did the sky.
Yes.
Well, around here, what I'm going to do.
You didn't take the biscuit off those gulls.
I will. When it's dry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do around here, though, I'm just going to go. This is really, really a fast little study.
Okay. Well, this is what it's all about. These aren't meant to be masterpieces.
No, they're not.
They're meant to teach you.
That's what they're doing. Yeah, and as you say, I've got this little saying: it may or may not make the National Gallery.
One of these days, we're going to show you Jay and his masterpieces.
So these are all these. Yeah, these are little ditties, really.
Little what?
Ditties. Ditties like little ditty. A ditty is a little song.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, is that a real word, or is that something?
Oh yes.
A ditty.
A ditty is a word. Yes. Isn't that right, folks?
I never heard of it.
Have you not?
Not a ditty.
Look, are we learning things this morning?
I guess so.
All right, there's my gamboge.
All right.
And I'm just going to pick up some of that lovely blue.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nice? So I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here around the...
Oh, this must be the grass.
No, the foliage.
Foliage, well, yeah.
So just around here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the...
foliage.
Some of this stuff. Now I'm going to show you what I do. I go beyond where I want it to go. What I mean by that is that I want that, I don't want it to stop dead up here, so right. I've got it going beyond that. I also have this one particular color in there, so I'm going to pick up a little gamboge and just throw a little bit of that in to make that somewhat interesting. And then I'm just going to fiddle with the edges, you see. Fiddle. I'm actually doing the foliage around the flowers. What I don't want to have happen, I don't want it to look like a halo.
Okay.
So if I've got this shape going here, I often go against it.
Okay.
Like I'll make big, little. I work in opposites, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
last week you tickled the paper. Now you're fiddling.
I'm doing ditties.
Do you do fiddleheads?
Fiddleheads. I like fiddleheads.
Yeah, aren't they pretty when they grow?
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. Do they grow in Nova Scotia? I know they do in New Brunswick.
Of course, it's ferns.
They're not ordinary ferns that I've got.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Of course.
They not so. That can't be true.
Yes.
You mean I've been chopping down my ferns and saying, oh, well, they're not fiddleheads?
When they just come up, they're fiddleheads. I'm surprised.
Well, I am too. I mean, that I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here I'm going to go right around here now.
Yeah.
See how I'm just making this now? What I've got to be careful of.
Yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of this kind of thing.
Yeah, those are fiddleheads.
Now we're going to do some leafy shapes. I think about what I'm painting. Like if I want to do a leaf, all I really have to do is a few things like that. And I'm going to have a leafy pattern.
All right.
And I put a little bit of light and dark into it. So this is all up in here. If you don't know what to do with an edge, you soften it.
In the spring when the daisies come, first the lupins come.
Yeah, they do.
Then the daisies and the buttercups. And everybody's favorite in their lawn, the dandelion.
Oh, they're wonderful things.
Most people don't like them. They kill them. Put stuff on their lawns.
They're supposed to be very nutritious.
I know.
Okay, I'm going to put this yellow in the center. I'm going to just take a little bit of cat orange with that.
Ooh, that must be the
children. So there we are.
That's the children. That's how many kids you're going to have.
Oh. It's a little late now, Ducks.
It wasn't too late for Sarah.
No. I wonder how she really felt. All right, now, so...
She laughed. Don't you remember?
I do. I'm going to have the light coming from this direction.
Oh, this is different.
It's going to be a little different. And so that means that on this, I'm going to take some burnt sienna, which is a dark orange, really. And while this is still wet, what I want to do is I'm going to go just around here. Now, see what I'm going to do with this? That's going to go like that. I'll do this as long as I'm at it. And then I'm going to go back here, so I'll go back to my yellow.
How come you didn't do that on the third one?
I'm going to. So, but you see what I'm going to do? I'm charging that edge.
All right.
Well, so that it looks like there's just a slightly softened edge there, you see?
Yep.
And then just over here, because this one's bending over. That's going to be in the shade, you see, because it's kind of bent over. Okay. Now the other thing that I'm going to do is this is going to be, so we've got some shade going here, so I'm going to go back with my cobalt blue, and I'm very, very lightly, skim milk consistency.
All right.
I'm going to put this in like this.
Oh, the petals.
Yeah. So this is in the shade, you see.
Right.
And when I'm doing white, I usually do use blue for shade.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in the shade. I soften the edge. You see why I want a towel?
Yes. Well.
It makes a difference. So that's going to be like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that fun? And then over here, this is going to be like this. I wanted these daisies to be kind of loose looking. I didn't want them to be contrived and awkward.
Did you know when I was in grade 4, we didn't do any work. We'd fight, carve, paint, and play. One day, I don't know if I told you that, Hazel Herman was our teacher. She says, "Today we'll paint."
Oh yes, I think you did tell this story. But you never know.
Well, they mightn't watch that video. So.
They watch them all live.
Okay, well, I love this. This is really good. Anyway, she said, "Reflections have a blue cast." Well, I didn't know what the word cast meant, so I had my trees reflecting from Fraser's Lake. Well, on the hill, the trees were reflecting on the lake, so I made them a bright blue, because she said reflections have a blue cast, so I didn't know what the word cast meant. I just made them blue. It's like a green trees and a bright blue shadow underneath reflection.
I bet it looked good.
Well, not really.
You know, well, I have been teaching for about 30 years, I figure.
Like that.
And do you know what? Nobody in my classes has ever made a mistake. They've never made a mistake, ever. He's laughing at me. Did you hear that? He's laughing at me. But it's true. You ask any of my students if they've made a mistake. They haven't. Okay, now what I like to do, at the center of these flowers, it just kind of indents. It goes down somewhat. So that's why I'm increasing the blue just in here to give it depth. And then I take my brush, clean it out, and pull that out. This is, I'm having this wonderful, wonderful exercise with this blue, blues and whites, really. Fun, isn't it?
How many people do you know named Daisy?
Well, I know that my son's, what is it, a Newfoundland dog's called Daisy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
What about people?
Oh, nothing wrong with people.
No, do you know any daisies?
I used to. I don't know anybody.
You don't?
No. But it's a beautiful name. Actually, daisies, they are my favorite flower. I have a daisy day at my house. A daisy day, where whoever brings me the first daisy of the year gets their favorite dinner from start to finish.
What?
I know.
I'm gonna come. You know what I'm gonna do next spring?
I know you are. Now, what I want to do, see, now we've got this all going on in here. I'm going to do something with here in a minute. And sometimes what I do is simply, I'm just going to show you, I might just do this.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I don't necessarily have to finish it all.
No.
You know, but what I want to have now is some intensity here, so I'm going to go back into my Prussian. And that gamboge, maybe a little bit of burnt sienna, just to darken that down a little bit. And just in here on this left-hand side, I'm going to pop that right out of there. And I'm going to do the same thing, pretty much. I often leave some spaces. And I do this kind of randomly here, because I'm going to collect the dots in it.
Makes it look like foliage, which it is.
It is, really. So that's going to do this. And then I go out here, and you're going to see how I do this. And then I go in with, say, some, in this case I'm going to take some gamboge, and I'm just going to pull those together so they're mixed on the paper rather than on the palette. I don't mix very often on the palette, and then I do stuff like this.
Oh, there's the fingernail again.
There's the old fingernail trick. So that brings the grasses through.
Yeah.
And it also breaks the shape up, so it gives it some interest.
That just...
It's a fun thing, isn't it?
Oh, the grass is just icing on the cake.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you would think you knew what you were doing.
Do what you think?
Yeah.
No, I have to be careful here because I do have to have a balance of that very, very dark green.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it through. Right through here. Right through here. That's brought that through. A little bit on the bottom here. This is something you just have to follow your instincts as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, like I have a saying that I say to my students, I'll say this: some things I can show you, some things I can teach you, but other things I can just show you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's okay. I like that broken shapes, that broken shape there. But over here, I want a little bit of something. Just bring it through. Just
Gino and I worked together in the printing business.
That must have been fun, Ivan.
Oh, look.
I bet you liked it.
Oh, that faster the press would go, and it was music to my ears.
Yeah.
And my brother came in. How can you stand the noise in here? I knew every sound in that press, and I knew when everything was just a humming.
Yeah.
And if there was something going wrong, I knew by the sound. Anyway, I was telling you about Gino, and now I forget why. What were we talking about?
We were talking about printing, Lovey.
I know, but what were we talking about? You said something that...
I said you must have liked it.
I know.
It wasn't that one. I'm lost in reverie here.
This is terrible. My mind is not like it used to be. I used to hear other people say that. Now I realize it. There was a reason I was telling you about that.
I know, darling.
And now I don't know what it is. Now I look like an idiot.
No.
Or sound like one because you can't see me. Oh, dear.
All right, so there we have it.
Oh, look at that.
Just a minute. That's a little bit too many staccato notes. There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you. I think this needs to be a little stronger.
Where?
Just the centers. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this.
The centers of the flower?
Yeah, just here. I just want to give them a little more boost. There we are.
All right. Okay, there it is.
There we are, folks.
Very good. Sign.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Yes. All the best.
See you later.
Bye.